Well, hey everybody, here we go. Here's the comparison of the Olight M2R. This one I've had for about 2 years. Love it. And the new Warrior 3. Now, this isn't a verse video because realistically, they are really two different lights and two different applications for me personally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an overview of the new flashlight with some, catch up of the old one, which I hope they keep this in production. I'm sure they will because it's a winner and it is so different from this, if you ask me. And keep in mind, if you're actually watching this on release day of the video, October 29th, Friday, this is on sale till tonight at midnight. So you can get a hefty deal on it. And if not, well, I hope the video is of value to you one way or another. And don't forget, as always, you can use the promo code SDNT10 for 10% off the Olight store anytime off any non-sale items. So, physically, they're almost the same. The Warrior 3 is just a little bit longer. The pocket clip has been slightly revamped, so you've got this little ramp to make it a little bit easier when you insert it in your pocket or wherever. Same thing, the pocket clip can be reversible, so you can run lens up, lens down. And the bezel is very aggressive on this, just as like the stock one on this, but I had got the aftermarket from Olight of the lower profile. I tested it does fit on the new flashlight. So if you have one of these or can get one, you can switch it out. So that's nice. And don't forget, as of right now, this is a limited edition color in the orange, which is Olight's most popular in the Facebook group, it seems. A desert camo, which looks amazing, as well as the standard black. So as I've said before, and you know how it goes, once these are gone, they're gone, and you're going to pay way too much for them. So that's always a thought when you see the new colors come out. The batteries inside are of the exact capacity, same size, 21700, 5000 milliamp hour, and as usual, magnetically rechargeable off the tail cap. And what comes down to one of the largest differences, and why I said in the beginning, depending upon your application, this is my indoor coffee table light. I know that sounds crazy, but it's neutral white. It's very, very warm, and I love that. Also, this has a 1, 12, and 60 lumen setting. The 60 is no longer on this one, and I use that all the time, late night, early morning, because it's just perfect. And it is a very narrow and tighter beam than this one. This is still tight, but not as much as this, so I can tell. So that is something to keep in mind for different applications. This one goes 115 and then 250 and then up to high and turbo. As well, like I said, the turbo on the 3 is now 2300 lumens, where this is 1800 lumens. The high is 800, the high is 750. Just slightly different, and the run times are slightly different. I'll put those up on the screen so you can Google your eyes all over them and, see what the runtime situation is all about. The Warrior 3 comes with the same holster as the M2R, similar to my Seeker 3 Pro. It is not orange. The one I got is black. And before we get outside to see some, different nighttime footage, physical characteristics of the build. The button on this one is your standard turns on green battery indicator, always on. This is the same button as the Seeker 2 Pro. So it not only shows you your power output, but your battery, where your battery is at. I will say that the button on this feels much, much better. It's a larger button. It is, not only is it super flat, which you would think you would not be able to feel it as well as this one, which protrudes, The thing is, the way this body is laid out, it's like a thumb platform. You know, I run my clip like that, so I always know that when it goes in my hand, the button's on top with the clip down below. But that feels really, really good up there. Alright, so let's go outside into the terrible weather and see what they look like. Okay, right out the door to the shed. M2R, 1 lumen, 15 lumens, 60 lumens. That's the medium, which what, 200 lumens. High. And then the turbo. Almost doesn't seem any different, but it is. Mostly you see it in the foreground for such a narrow beam. You can still see the ground down below. Alright, now for the Warrior 3. I'll do the same thing at the shed. You see that cool white. Makes things look really, really crisp. And then your high. And then we'll go to turbo off the tail. And again, it mostly you see it lighten up the foreground. Watch. Medium, turbo. Obviously it lightens up everything, but... So that's the difference between the two just standing outside the door here. So, being that it's raining, I don't want to be out here too long, but we'll take a little walk. Right hand, M2R. Left hand, Warrior 3. Brutal. It's only going to get worse. Oh, here that is. So yeah, I noticed that with the Warrior 3, everything in front of me is lit up a lot more than with the M2R. Two completely different beasts. M2R from the top of the driveway. Back to the shed, that's high. That's turbo. So it hits everything. Definitely has that hot spot. And now we will do the Warrior 3. That's the high. That's your turbo. Notice how the hot spot is not defined as much. It's got a lot more flood to it for sure. Again, the M2R, beautiful for that neutral white, but the cool white of the Warrior 3 really brightens everything up out here, that's for sure. And this is good food for those who either already own the M2R or don't own either. The new one is threaded here on the top of the tail cap switch, so that can be weapon mounted if that is something that you definitely need or desire, where the old one was not. So again, like I said, I love the M2R for indoor, you know, when I just don't want to put all the lights in the house on. That's 1 lumen. That is 1 lumen, which is very, very useful. That is 1 lumen. It does appear to be brighter. That's because it is cool white, not neutral white. And then your 12, and then your 15, but then you jump up to 250. So for me personally, the 3 is definitely more of an outdoor light. Not that this isn't, but I just love it indoors for that, you know, that soft neutral white. I know it doesn't come across on film like it should, but when you see it, it looks yellow in person. So again, when I do flashlight overviews for you guys, it's not to say, hey, go out and buy every light I show you. It's just to show you, you know, new lights, new gear. Hey, isn't this stuff cool? Even if I helped you decide not to buy it, that's a good thing, because I've helped you in one way or another. And that flashlight that you really do want will come along, and maybe I will show that to you. So there you go. There is my comparison, my thoughts. This is an awesome new light. I still love the M2R. Definitely one of my favorites. I've told you this before, top 5. And it's because of that neutral white tight beam. So, thank you for joining me as always. Don't forget the promo code SDNT10. That'll get 10% anytime off any non-sale items. And it helps me do what I do here on Not Thursday. Alright, get out, have some fun, and enjoy your Not Thursday.